Hey guys, so this is just a video for particularly beginner rail fans who are just getting into the hobby of watching trains. So this video is everything you need to know when you're going rail fanning in a particular area. So the first thing I'm going to do is give you some tips from my first time rail fanning. So the first time I went rail fanning was when I went to Spotsylvania. And why did I go to Spotsylvania? Because, hey, I found the hobby neat, and I was out at a restaurant one day, so, hey, I figured, hey, let's go here. So then it just so happened to click that I enjoyed it a lot, so I went to all these other places. So, say you're in the area of, let's say the mountains. So this is like a mountainous area over here, kind of. So if you're over in the mountains, maybe you can consider Culpeper. And if you like Culpeper, maybe you can try some other places. Another thing that you need to know are the do's and don'ts. One thing you should do is you should plan before you go, like what station you want to go to. If you're close to one station, like say you're in downtown, you're eating in a restaurant called like Orfino or one of those downtown restaurants in Fredericksburg, you can just drive over to Fredericksburg. Or hey, let's say we are at a Fast Mart right by here. I would go here. Or hey, my mom needs to go get her car washed. I can watch at Dalgard Junction. So that's a good way to plan where to go when you're rail fanning. Now, some of the don'ts. The thing about rail fanning is that a lot of people are gonna be at the platform if you're at a station, especially Fredericksburg, because there's always a lot of people at Fredericksburg. So, as you know, stay out of the way. And if you stay out of the way, you should be just fine. Here, this isn't really a platform. Ashland is more like a, there's a lot of different spots, but some of them are right by streets. So, stay out of the way of the people driving. And, especially the track 2 side, right next to, Crossroads Grocery, there are cars that park there. So, stay out of their way. Now, to people, some people think that rail fanning is suspicious because you have a camera and you're taking video of trains. Some people think that it sounds really fishy. I wouldn't explain to them what it is unless if you absolutely had to. Like, when I went up here, I was really nervous because of me getting kicked off the platforms. But thankfully, I didn't get kicked off the platforms, and they enjoyed it. So that's just another thing you need to take into consideration. Also, say you need to use the restroom, or hey, are there local shops nearby? You can take a look and see around the area before you go. Like, let's see, there are shops around Fredericksburg, Ashland, Culpeper. There's a True Value right next to Dalgard Junction. Union Station is like a little mall. Manassas is a town. Strasburg is a little like model train stuff, and I think there's a lot of shops around Lancaster too. So these are just some of the things you need to take into consideration before you go. What spot am I going to go to? Do I need to stay out of people's way? I mean, that's everywhere that you need to stay out of people's way. Are there a lot of shops? Are there any restrooms? Like Spotsylvania, even though they lock it up on the weekends, which is kind of dumb. But, are there a lot of trains? because if there's not a lot of trains, do I want to go here? That being places like Lenexa and Manassas. Or, hey, I want quality over quantity. Manassas. Manassas is probably the best spot for quality over quantity. Although Culpeper is, there's a good quantity and there's good quality. So those are just some of the things that you need to take into consideration. And that's why I made this map, to help you pick the best spot. So you're watching my channel and you're like, oh, this spot looks pretty good. Well, you can go on my map and see what I thought of it, and maybe you'll think identical thoughts. Like, there was a museum. I didn't go to the museum at Culpeper. It's a quiet zone, so if you're a fan of horn shows, you might not like this spot. You can travel down to, it's not on my map yet, Orange. Orange is, there's not really a museum at Orange, but Orange is like in a town, there's a lot of shops, and it's not a quiet zone, so you can get horn shows. But basically at Manassas, there's a museum, there's restrooms. It's a quiet zone from 10 to 5. You're gonna find a lot of rail fans there during the day. But it's not much quantity there. There's not many trains that go past there a day, because most trains take the B line. The closest spot that I'm aware of that'll get you to B line and regular Washington District trains is Broad Run. Or you can go to Bristow, because that's a crew change point. So either Bristow or Broad Run are good spots. So those are just several things you need to take into consideration when you want to go rail fanning. So, thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video.